Okay, Danielle, let's please start the meeting.
Meeting tonight is for the conduct of town business by the town board. Public invited to participate in items marked on the agenda. During that segment of the meeting, if you have a question or comment, raise your hand and you can be acknowledged. Please state your full name and limit your remarks to 3 minutes. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation.
The only person we have on Zoom tonight is Mr. Zambito, so I don't know if he can hear us, but we're going to try, Dave.
Yeah, I got you.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear Howard and you. I couldn't hear Danielle, but it's all right.
Okay. So please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The moment of silence tonight, I'd like to remember the life of Paul Quimby, who passed away last night.
Oh, shit.
He was a town board member for at least 2 terms, and I think he was probably a Democrat and a Republican both. He was a great guy, great member of the community, and he'll be missed. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I would like a motion to approve the agenda, please.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
So moved. Motion approved. Next on the agenda, a motion to approve the minutes from the August 9th, 2021 town board meeting. Can I have a motion for that?
Motion.
All right. Motion carries. Next item is the authorize the payment of bills for $192,213.99. Can I have a motion to approve that?
Motion.
Okay, motion carries. And item number 6, presentations. Does anybody have a presentation they'd like to make tonight? I will read your letter later, Paul. Okay, yeah. Any comments on the agenda? Nope. Okay, we're breezing right along, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Item number 8, the police department printer. Jerry or Scott, do you have an update on that?
Yes, go ahead, Jerry.
So we were looking at replacing one of the printers at the police department. We contacted the same company that does the printers upstairs. We made a determination that economically it makes sense to go with the new program they offer, that is to buy the printers $500 and then sign a contract to buy the toner from them, which would cover service on the printer plus parts. So currently we spend $650 a year on the one we lease. It's from 2011. The new one will cost us the initial $500 and no monthly fee, just the toner that we use. So we thought that was a good idea, and we would like to move forward with that.
So yeah, it definitely, it's in budget because basically it's, right, this year is pretty much a wash with the $500 purchase and then some ink. But the following years, there's no monthly fee anymore. We're just buying the ink from them. So it's still less than what we usually budget for. It's not big numbers here, but it's within budget. So I would be in favor, and I would ask the board that we approve the purchase.
So you want to make that?
Make the motion that we purchase and sign the agreement for the new printer for the police department.
I'll second that.
Okay. Everybody in favor of that?
Yes.
Okay. So that passes. You got your printer problem fixed. I just want to note that Mark Reynolds has joined us from Southern Ulster Times. Hello, Mark.
Hello. You see just the top of your head, Mark.
Yes. Yep.
Jerry. There you go. There you are.
So
There you go.
parts are on order for that.
Okay.
They haven't come in, but I can tell you to diagnose the problem, clean fingers.
Yeah, you said that last time.
Contacts,
Yeah.
you haven't had an issue.
Yeah.
It's definitely an issue.
Okay.
As soon as parts come in, they'll schedule the repair.
Yeah, I knew the last time they were on the list. Okay, cool.
Same thing.
All right, thank you. All right, now we're going to go on to workshop topics. The first one is the ever-present COVID-19. I know that our numbers continue to rise in Marlborough. The dashboard showed 30 active cases in Marlborough as of today. I don't know of any new directives we've received from anyone regarding how we are to conduct ourselves. I know you're looking at supplies, so we're fixed on supplies, Jerry.
Yes, so I took an inventory of what we have left over.
Mhm.
Judge that against the last mandate that said we were supposed to have 90 days supply in the event of future pandemic.
Mhm.
I told the various department heads, most of them got back to me. The exception of masks, they're pretty happy with the amount of supplies that they all have.
Mhm.
So I think if we purchase another piece of masks, 2,000 masks, with 2,500 I have, I think we have plenty to help down in the event that a mandate comes down for mandatory mask wear.
Okay.
I do know Supervisor Lanzetta is working on in the school. They haven't made a determination on what they're gonna do with this building, meaning if you come in this building, you might have to wear a mask, because it's treated as a school.
Right.
They haven't made a decision on that. I think they're waiting for the state board of ed to come down with some sort of ruling. But hopefully in the coming week or so, the schools around the corner, we should know. And we should be in place as long as we get the approval for the mask. I haven't priced anything, I haven't done any of that stuff yet. It's just about that.
So we need a motion to buy masks, or is it within your budget, or
No,
your?
there is no budget.
Right.
I would make a motion that we would approve the purchase of another case of mask in the event that we are gonna need these in the future. It's better safe than sorry and get them early. So I would make that motion, and at this point, there is no budget for it, so it's based off the price that we purchased them before, which were reasonable. So
Right.
I'll second that motion.
Okay,
And I will make the arrangements for the case of 2,000 paper masks.
thanks, Jerry.
Jerry, real quick question. Do you have a percentage of your department and personnel that has been vaccinated?
All of 3.
Okay.
We've had 5 cases of COVID in the department. None of them exposed at the department level. One was questionable as to where he was exposed. Blamed it on the job, went through the workers' comp hearing. They figured it all out. It's documented. The other cases were all outside of work.
Okay.
And we have no exposure to the Delta variant with last Thursday.
Yeah.
Urgent member tested positive. They sent him for a test. He was negative. So that's 2 days work. So that's the new variant. The urgent member was vaccinated. That's why they're trying to-
I just want to make sure everybody in favor of that. So all in favor, say aye.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
I think I forgot to do that before.
I just brought that because I read a couple police departments out. I think one down south and one out west actually had to close.
Yeah.
They weren't as big as ours. They don't have 4. They only had 5.
We have some mandatory policy, obviously, and the state has come down, and maybe state agencies, federal agencies, no mandate is come down for us to do it. Since I only have 3 that are not vaccinated, I'm not going to mandate anything. We don't do that with hepatitis shots either, we don't mandate it, but we have to recommend it. We do sign off on the waiver. So, and we're considering if they opt not for a vaccine, we sign off on a waiver, but I don't think the waiver does anything. My train of thought was, if they signed off on a waiver and they got sick and it's job related, you have to cover it. But waiver, no waiver, I think you gotta cover it.
They got it on the job.
Yeah,
It's covered.
so I think it's kind of useless to have a silent waiver.
Right.
But I'm thinking 3, the Delta variant, more mandates come down. They might have to do it. They have.
Thanks, Jerry. Anything else on COVID-19? Wish it would go away, but it won't. Next item was the 2021 summer camp, and we've gotten great feedback on it, as far as I know. It went very well. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to say about the summer camp?
No, but I'd make a motion that we remove it from our workshop meeting since it is over.
Yep.
So I would make a motion to remove letter B, 2021 summer camp. And again, like you said, it went very well. Thanks to all the people involved that stepped up and got it going. So did a good job.
I'll
Very good.
second that.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None opposing, so carries, motion carries. So we will scratch that from the agenda. Next item is the Sands Avenue Park report. I'm going to ask you, Scott, to give an update, and then I'll say a few words probably.
Yep. So if everybody's been down there, we had some pretty good washouts as we talked about last meeting. We plan on end of September, early October to go back in when all this heavy rain pretty much usually goes away and it gets a little cooler out. And then I think Dave Zambito, who takes care of our parks, is going to be going in there and fixing up all the spots that have gotten damaged. Our electrical from Pulliam Electric, he was in there last week, I believe it was, or the week and a half now.
Week before.
He's got all the electrical in the ground. He's waiting for Central Hudson to come up and hook to the pole. He said it's about another week and a half. He said they get on the schedule usually about 2 weeks. He's got the panels up. He put a couple extra electrical outlets in the ground for us down there. He put a junction box in for future use. To me, it's a little too close to the road, that junction box. I'm going to ask him if he could actually move it a little further in. I know that might be a little work, but it's right on the edge of the road, which I'm afraid is going to get hurt. He has the pole there. They poured the cement for the light post, and that should be going up early next week once all this rain's out of the way. But that's where we're at.
The paving, we selected a paver last meeting. I'm not sure when that's scheduled to happen, but
Yep.
The trees, yes, we keep watering. I have some volunteers that are helping with that. The trees that are out in front, I mean, if you look at them, those are crabapple trees. They look like some of them are in poor shape. I'm hoping they'll come around next year, but they were in very good shape when we bought them. So, when we planted them, it was a little warm, so maybe they get shocked a little bit. I'm hoping they come back. The ones that were planted second time around, the second go around, they all look good. So hoping they'll stay that way. And
that gazebo design that you sent,
yes, I've been looking at gazebo designs
that was pretty nice.
as I travel around the countryside. So anyway, I don't know when we'll get to that, but we certainly want to get a gazebo or a pavilion on the top of the building. That we'll have to see where we stand money wise before we move forward on that. I'd say, right, guys?
There'll definitely be a
Yep.
budget talk that's coming up in the next month and a half here. So we're obviously going to have to budget some extra money for the parks if we want to do those projects.
Right.
But we do still have funds in our park. So we've been lucky enough that there's projects starting to happen all around, and we have been getting some rec funds, which has been good. So
The big one was the Bayside project, which
that
enabled us
pretty
to get going here.
that pretty much, made us the money available to do what we've been doing. So, yeah.
Okay, anything else you wanted to say, Alan or Jerry or anybody about the Sands Avenue Park? I mean, it's amazing how much has changed there, so
Dave, you wanna say?
keep it going.
Dave, you got anything to add to that since you're on?
I mean, just, towards the end of September, we're gonna go in there and fix all the washouts. I don't think it's as bad. It looks bad, but a couple days we'll be able to fix it all up. I don't think we'll have to get any material. I think we can utilize what we have there. And
Okay, good.
As far as the, go ahead.
Go ahead, you go ahead, Dave.
As far as the trees go, we're gonna visit each one individually in October, and I'll go around and, like you said, the ones out front look a little iffy, but I think they're just in shock. We'll do some pruning and, we'll see what we have there. And if anything has to be staked, we'll take care of it. I think when it's all said and done, it'll be something that we can all be proud of. Right now, I don't want to put my name on anything until I'm out of there in October after we get everything, polished up. But I think it'll be fine.
I could say your name's on it, and thank you for all your help outside of the what you were.
We'll take care of it.
Say that one, so. Anyway, you've been a great asset for us.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Fluid Chance Park Upper Ballfield Lights and Pole. I don't think we have anything new on that. do we?
I know Al contacted a new vendor to try to get us an estimate on those poles and the lights to see if they were any good. We haven't gotten anything back.
Nothing.
We do have the poles. They've been sitting down by right up in 9W there. And then the lights, well, that's the main thing. Are the poles tall enough and are the lights bright enough for the
Right.
park?
Right.
And, but we haven't got anything else on
The next item is the Milton Landing South Pier, and I'll just give a little update on that, and others can chime in. We are getting really close to finishing this project. They poured the landing pad for the land side of the gangway like last Tuesday, I believe. So that was one of the last things to do before they can put the gangway, the main gangway that goes out to the pier in place. I think it needs to set for about a week to cure. So hopefully this week, the gangway will be put in place. I tried to contact them today and find out what the progress on that was, but no one was around, so I didn't get any updates. I think most of the railing and the fencing that goes around the railing has been completed. So the next thing we're working on is, assuming everything gets done in the next week or two, we have planned a ribbon cutting ceremony for September 10th at 5 p.m. at the pier. And I've sent out save the dates to people today, and I have some more to send out. And hopefully that'll be a celebratory event. I will also say that through Meet Me in Marlborough and BJ Mickelson, we've had some tour boat companies come and visit the pier, and there is definitely interest. BJ spent a whole day with one company out of New Jersey, showing them all the attractions we have in town, all the pick your own and places and wineries and so forth. So there was definite interest there. So we'll see what comes of that. Talks are still happening right now. What else, Alan?
Just a quick question. I think I sent a couple weeks ago, I sent out an email, I think, to everybody and said, if we discuss port fees
Right.
and should we get some, I mean, we're gonna have to maintain.
So we are definitely, we need to establish a bridge or a port authority, I think,
In a way, we
something
do,
like
I mean,
that.
because we're gonna have, we're gonna have expenses and they're gonna be incurred. We're gonna have to remove the one floating dock every year.
Yep,
We're also gonna just, annual upkeep and, we're insured for damages, I get that, but, we just can't have boat after boat after boat coming in, because they're not charging people. So, it's just, I think we need to collectively sit down and say, what's a fair, price.
I agree. And once we get this thing built and ribbon cutted,
Yeah.
then we'll worry about how we manage it, I guess. So I absolutely agree with you.
Who else is doing it? Isn't the boat, there's one of the boats that came the other day to meet me in Marlborough. They were going into what Hudson?
They were going into Cold Spring. That was Sea Streak out of New Jersey. They were going into Cold Spring, and they thought it would be natural to come up to the Milton Pier and drop off some people there.
Yeah.
Give them about 3 hours to
So maybe we can call down to Cold Spring. and
see
say,
what
hey,
they're doing. Yeah.
What's your policy?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's a whole series of management questions we have to work out. Yep.
And I know, real quick, I know 2 years back, I met with Mike Hine when he was still county executive,
Mhm.
and I was Liz, trying to remember her name. Trying to think, anyway, I have her in my contacts, but she was actually in charge of the SS Columbia project. We met with, and Rosemary,
Mhm.
we met up at, up in Kingston, Mike liked the, like the idea, tourism liked it.
Mhm.
We talked about UCAT being involved in some of the transportations. I think maybe we should spark up that conversation with Ulster County again, Ulster County Tourism,
Yep.
and say, hey, you said you wanted to be involved in some of this, do you want to bump? Because they were the ones that were gonna take the passengers up to the wineries, up to the wine trails.
Right.
So I think we maybe, have to knock on their doors and say, hey, we're kind of done.
Right.
This is gonna happen.
It's a good suggestion. I know this C Street company was thinking of actually providing buses as well, so
Okay.
we'll see, we'll see.
It's okay.
Up to 6 hours late.
Oh, yeah, he's in Wisconsin.
Mr. Malinelli just arrived. Yes, Mickey? Yeah, speaking. Okay. There,
Yeah.
yeah, did you send anything to say about that? Okay. The Milton train station park, which is the small pocket park we call it between Watson Avenue coming down to the train station. We awarded that contract last meeting, and according to Al, work was going to start on that beginning of September. And then most of that work is to create the pathway and the stairs that come down from Watson Avenue down to the train station area. So that'll be good to see that. Anything else? Anybody have anything on that? Else on that? Next item, cameras for police in Fluid Chance Park. Jerry, I'm gonna have to turn it over to you on that one.
We are scheduled to start installation at the pavilion tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Or go to the pavilion, then go to the garage by the playground, and then go end up here. One of the permit install the access control and cameras.
Could you explain again to the folks in the audience why we're doing this?
Sure, so we've had problems with this kind of park. Some people picking apart our stone wall that was built surrounding the bocce
Put
court.
your screen on
And
cursor.
damage to the bocce court and the thing itself. So we've just putting a scramble system of the town park to the pavilion. A couple weeks later, we had somebody attempt to steal the town park maintenance truck. When they couldn't steal it, they smashed the windshield out of it, so we decided to put cameras there as well. We suffered damage to the bathrooms at the pavilion, somebody broke the sink, so we thought it'd be a good idea to see who's going in and out of the buildings. So we decided as a group to put cameras both at the maintenance shed, which is by the playground, and the pavilion itself. That work will be starting tomorrow. Once they both, one's an 8-camera system, one's a 6-camera.
Thank you. Anything else on that?
It-
Go ahead.
You may have answered this before. Remember you talked about the one camera system like a bridge? Did we ever get a price on cable to go to the first pole? Did anybody find that?
No, we have. I
We're
think,
still waiting on.
Still waiting on the. cable
I
company?
think, I'm not sure if Nicholas Monica, which was our contact for that, is still there. He doesn't answer his phone.
I called Nicholas umpteen times. You don't answer emails, you don't answer.
Find a commercial and deal with it.
But I even tried the other gentleman, John was his name,
The engineer.
and he didn't answer.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're still.
So I have to,
Basically, I start with.
yeah,
But it is on the checklist to eventually get.
I don't think it would be that bad, Alex, because like you said, it's not that far to run from
Yeah.
there to there. So, and we have poles, so probably shouldn't be that bad to get to the one bathroom section. But the bridge,
The nice thing about it is we own the poles inside the park.
Yeah,
so we can hang it wherever we want. So it's
Right.
a matter of buying the proper material, get it on to
Maybe.
a location where they can get to it relatively inexpensive.
Yeah.
And just mount the equipment and go find it from there.
Yeah.
That's, I don't want to volunteer John, it's cruel.
Well, that's something, that's a good winter day project when they're, not big. Yeah.
Maybe, I'm not a next person, but I'm sure we can get a few people attacked. It's not hard to do.
No, it's not hard at all.
And like I said, we own the poles, so we can do whatever we want. In
Yep.
terms of hanging stuff on poles.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I think someday we can do it, whether we have them do it and pay, or whether we
Do it in
figure out what it would cost us to do it ourselves. And make a decision.
Yeah.
And then we'd be able to remotely review those. And we got internet at the bar. So things like that.
So you'll remind us when the right time is to do that, right?
well, it's gonna be discussed in budget, so it's
Okay.
gonna come up then.
It all
Okay.
depends on how much money you guys have.
Always about money. Okay, thank you very much, Jerry. Next item here is Marlborough Community Pride Day. Scott, did you want to?
Yeah, so if anybody doesn't know, we are planning, Steve Jennison is the chairperson for this. He's done a tremendous job of getting volunteers and donations in conjunction with the town of Marlborough to have a community day. Jerry's and the police department are heavily involved because they normally do this every year for the town. This year, we're taking it to another level because of the COVID situation that's happened. For the last year and a half to 2 years, we thought it would be a good thing to have a much larger event this time. If you don't know, we're having our normal community day where Jerry's bringing all the police department, the people from the county down, the dogs, everybody's coming from that perspective. We're actually going to have carnival rides for the kids. There's going to be bouncy houses. There's going to be food. There's going to be drinks. There's going to be fireworks at the end of the night. So it's going to be a big community pride day that we could reflect on what's happened over the last 2 years and try to enjoy ourselves for what our town is, right? We stick together, we do things together, and hopefully this community day will bring us back together. So yeah, it's on September 25th and September 26th, the rain date. And so hopefully everybody comes out. It's pretty much an all-day affair from 9 to dusk, so the fireworks go off. Food will be served from 2 to 5, I believe 2 to 5.
Free.
So it's all free. So, you know, bring your kids, bring your family and enjoy the day. And then if you want to remind people about September 18th,
I'll read that.
that's coming, that Al and the board is put together. So
Let me read that right now, and Al wants me to read that again. So I'm moving on to correspondence unless you have something else.
no,
Okay. So the memorial service for those lost during the pandemic. Over the last year and a half, people have lost loved ones, not only from COVID, but many other illnesses and accidents. They were denied the opportunity to grieve in the community ways that we used to help us get through these difficult times. To acknowledge this, the town will be hosting a memorial service for those lost during the pandemic. It's on Saturday, September the 18th, rain date is the 19th, at Chance Park. Will be open and the public is welcome to bring written remembrances and photos to attach to public storyboards. Libraries will work together to preserve the boards as historic documents. Nothing will be returned. At 7 p.m., we will gather at Round Pond for a prayerful reflection by Deacon Vincent Porcelli. That will be followed by a musical interlude during which paper lanterns will be lit and floated onto the pond. People will be encouraged to stay and quietly reflect or share remembrances amongst themselves. The event will end at 8 p.m. Town board hopes this will lessen some of the grief our community has experienced and is still grappling with during this pandemic. Sincerely, Alan Zed, Supervisor. Okay, I have a few correspondences here I need to read also. Next item is addressed to Dear Supervisor Lanzetta and members of the board. I have participated with local unions throughout my professional career and have always taken care to honor workers during the Labor Day holiday. As a fellow teacher, now retired, past board member of the New York State United Teachers, and past president of the Hudson Valley Area Labor Federation, I am well acquainted with the works of Mr. Joseph Pesavento, a lifelong Marlborough resident whom we lost this past spring. While serving on NICET's board and its political action committee, I attended many meetings with Joe as we met with national and state legislators seeking to maintain quality education for all K through 12 students in New York, while also focusing on the needs of individual school districts. Joe Pesavento was an outstanding advocate for students and the teachers whom he represented in Marlborough for many years as their president, even after he retired from the classroom. In his honor, and to bring attention to all laborers, union and non-union, I would like to suggest a posthumous Pride of Marlborough Award be given to Mr. Pesavento. I could provide you with additional information if needed. Thank you for your consideration, Paul Ellis Graham. Paul is sitting right back here. Did you want to say anything else, Paul? Okay. So, I guess we should take a vote on whether we support this. So, would someone make a motion, please?
I'll make a motion that we move forward with the Pride of Marlboro Award. Sure, President.
Second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed, so motion is carried. So thank you, Paul. He was a good friend of mine. Jerry, would you read this one?
This is a letter from the Marlborough Hose Company, Town of Marlborough Town Board. The Marlborough Hose Company #1 in the Marlborough Fire District are excited to announce the celebration of our 125th anniversary in 2022. To celebrate this milestone, we will be hosting the Ulster County Volunteer Firemen Association Parade on July 30th, 2022. Tentatively, the parade will start at the Marlborough High School and end at Hopkins Equipment, utilizing Western Avenue, Route 9W. We respectfully ask the town board for assistance in providing the needed town departments to help prepare and execute this event, specifically the police and highway departments. As we continue to finalize plans for this event throughout the next year, we will provide pertinent information to the town board. Please feel free to contact me with any questions. Respectfully, Chief Eric Massey.
So Jerry, you totally support this, right?
Correct. It's already in my budget for 2022.
Okay. Do we need to take any action on this one?
Yeah, I just want to add to it. Milton has done this
Yeah, I was
event
there for
twice. So
Yeah.
it's a great event. It's well attended.
I think I was a judge or something.
You
We were up on the-
We were up on
You
the,
were up on the judges.
We're up on the days.
Up on the judges thing, yeah. But it's, it'll be a well-attended event. It does bring revenue into the community.
okay.
And we had absolutely zero issues with anything. At all.
So
It's a good crowd.
Memorial Day parade for us, with the exception if it doesn't go into the elementary school, it will go into Hopkins.
Now, they have room there for,
They do.
They-
Huge field that's in the back.
Yeah.
We utilize parking in Brooklyn Bottling. Whatever that was.
That's Riverview, I think.
Riverview Drive.
Yep.
They can use that, Active 2 Miller, and whatever the other business is. So there's plenty of parking for that rest, that won't utilize that big field. That's where they have the tents and celebration ceremonies and stuff.
25 years ago, they did their 100th anniversary, which is a big ordeal for any fire district, fire organization. And that probably had as many people and apparatus as a county parade would have. And they finished, at the time, it was the building, the house building? It was right by,
Oh,
the
yeah.
same place.
Chelsea Home.
Chelsea Homes, and they finished in Chelsea Homes.
Yeah.
and the Event celebration, that was more than. So if they utilized both places.
And that's what hooked you in paramedics, right there.
What's that?
That's what hooked you into paramedics, right?
I was already in for a couple of years. No, I was a fireman in March.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was already in.
You're telling your age right now.
Remember a long time.
So do we need to make an action on this, or
We gotta say we support it.
we certainly support it, so can I have a motion for that?
I make a motion, we support this parade.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay. All right, I think the next correspondence, most of you have seen the email, but I'm going to read it anyway for the public to hear. And this is regarding disaster relief drive for Haiti. This is from Paul Jean, addressed to Mr. Lanzetta. Dear Mr. Supervisor, Haiti has been in the news for the past week for various reasons and continues to be in the news this week and maybe for a while because of the earthquake that has added its devastating effects on top of the long list of problems the nation is going through. A number of friends, including Mr. Mickey Jamal, have contacted me to express their concern and offer their support, knowing that I am from Haiti and my family and I live here in Milton. I had the opportunity to talk to some friends and residents of the south of Haiti where the earthquake hits. I learned what the needs are. I decided to do something to help. I am the president of a nonprofit organization called AMABADH that has been helping and supporting weekly a soup kitchen based in the capital, Port-au-Prince, Haiti, since 2019. Together, fellow Haitians and friends living in Marlborough, along with my organization, members want to join our effort in setting up a series of disaster relief drives for Haiti, Ulster, and Dutchess County. During these events, we will request donations from the people of the community of Marlborough and also the people driving by using signs that indicate the ongoing event. We will be asking for money, food items, first aid items, tents, sleeping bags, feminine hygiene products, and so forth. The donations received will be forwarded to the Adventist Community Services and Disaster Responses of the Northern Conference of Seventh Day in Queens, New York. The conference has a team on the ground already and plans other humanitarian trips in upcoming weeks. We are respectfully requesting your approval and support, and this of your administration to allow us to hold such an event in town. The location we would like to use is the space in front of the Fluid Chance Memorial Park, where the weekly farmers market is normally held. The date picked is Sunday, August 29th, from 10 to 5. Provided this request meets your approval, we were willing to abide by the requirements of the town set forth to allow that event to take place. We are available for questions and suggestions via phone, email, and/or in person. My personal phone number is such and such. We hope to be hearing back from you soon. In the meantime, please accept, dear Mr. Supervisor, our best regards. Sincerely, Paul Jean, founder, CEO of Newmar Group Incorporated, construction management general contractor. So I think we all got this email, and I think we're all in favor of it, but I guess we official motion to.
We're gonna probably, Jerry's gonna set up something for that too, right?
Well,
On cones or something, like we're gonna have
some
something.
sort of conversation, I guess it's hard to determine how many people you expect. But I can't imagine any more than a farm.
I can't imagine it.
I can't imagine. But we have the cones up for that too.
Yeah, how many farm, so we could do this very similar setup at the farmer's market.
It'll just be a longer period of time from 10 to 5.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Tom puts the cones
How
up.
does it go?
Yeah, so just have Tom get the cones up there.
Those are traffic patterns.
So who's gonna ask Tom to do that?
I'll reach out to Tom in the morning.
Okay,
I just would like a copy of that.
That'd be this Sunday, right?
What's that?
This Sunday, right? August 29th?
Next-
yes, this is.
Coming
It's coming Sunday.
So I'll make a motion that we allow this organization to utilize the park and to coordinate with Tom to set up the cones and let him use it for the day.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None being said, motion carries. The last two correspondences I have are in regard to usage of the town field. One is by the Marlborough Youth Baseball and Softball League, and the other is by the Duchess Debs. One wants the Marlborough Youth Baseball wants to use it, the letters from Nick Giasanti. He wants to use it Monday, Thursday, and Fridays from 4:30 to 8, and on Saturdays from 9 to 12. And the Debs want to use it on Sunday from 10 to 1, so there's no conflict, right, Danielle?
Tuesdays,
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Wednesdays too.
Okay,
So what does he?
And there are no conflicts.
there are no conflicts because Marlborough Youth Baseball wants it Monday, Thursday, and Friday, and Duchess Debs wants it Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday. Okay,
Every day it's going to.
Every day it's being used, Saturday.
which is great. And what are the other things that you told me about, Danielle? They're gonna do some maintenance for us?
Yeah.
The Debs, he already been up there.
Mhm.
They went up this past Thursday or Wednesday. They got because the grass all grew all throughout the whole field. So they got all the grass out of the field, they raked the field, they got new infield. They're putting a new rubber mound thing in, they're putting new bases in.
Duchess Debs are?
So they're gonna maintain the field for us, besides Dave cutting the grass. But they're gonna maintain the actual infield for now, which is good, because that's what's been the issue for the last year or two. So,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. So somebody want to make a motion regarding this?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None being said, motion carries. Danielle, can you get back to them on this and say we approved it? Okay. Okay, both of them? Okay. Thank you very much. I gotta shuffle my papers in there. Okay, now I'm open to public comment at this point in time. Does anyone have public comment they'd like to make?
Howard, can you hear me?
Yes, Mark, I can hear you.
I just had a couple of quick questions. Do we know what the final cost of the pier is yet, or soon we'll know?
The question is, do we know the final cost of the Milton Pier? I'm assuming it's the cost that we agreed to, but I don't know that for sure. I will verify that as soon as I know that. So, I'll let you
Okay.
know.
You mentioned also that I'm catching up a little bit. The last meeting, you awarded a contract for work done at the Milton Park up above the pier area on
Mhm.
Watson Avenue.
Mhm. Yes,
Who was that awarded to, and what was the cost?
cost was $171,000 and change. don't remember the name of the construction company. Does anybody remember that? Began with a C,
Sorry, brother.
Sorty Brothers, something like that, yeah.
And
That's
what
mainly
were,
for the paving and the stonework and the steps and so forth.
so this is work for the steps down, some stonework and coming down from Watson, right?
Coming down from Watson, yeah.
Sands.
No, it's Watson
Watson.
Avenue, yeah, right at the intersection of Watson and Dock Road, and then it'll come down
Okay.
there and loop and then come down to the train station.
Okay.
And then we, mhm,
Yeah, the question, when you were talking about cameras at the town park, are for surveillance reasons, are there also some cameras on poles down by the Milton train station?
so the question is, are there cameras down by the train station building? I think the answer is yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, there are. The short answer is yes, there are.
Okay. And the other thing I wanted to ask, last question was, I've been getting, people have been telling me that there've been quite a number of accidents at the Chestnut Petroleum Dunkin' Donuts place.
Mhm,
Is there anything we can do? I know that there's only right in, right out.
mhm,
People apparently are making left-hand turns in.
mhm. Jerry, the question was accidents at the Chestnut Petroleum and a number. I'm not aware.
I'm not aware of this one.
There's two.
There's two.
Two total accidents.
One tonight, one couple, well, maybe a couple months ago now.
Mhm.
Two reported.
Two reported that we know.
We have been doing enforcement down there with the no left turns. I can tell you it's fish in a barrel, doesn't matter that we're writing tickets, they're still doing what they do, and
Mhm.
we'll just continue enforcement. DOT was notified, then they kicked it back on me and said it's an enforcement problem. So we've been.
Thanks.
We haven't.
No, did you get all that, Mark? Basically, we are enforcing it.
Writing tickets.
Jerry has his guys out there writing tickets.
Okay.
It's the best we can do, I think, at this point.
I do.
People do it anyway because it's, because people are people.
I do have one last quick question.
Mhm.
Jerry, I know you sent out in the past, a while ago, blotters. Will that come, will you return to that and do that?
Yes, I'm not clear about what that question is, though. Do you know what he means? Okay, we stopped doing that, right?
Right, I'm not releasing arrest warrant information.
Right, I agree with that, but I'm not sure what the rest of the board feels about that, but I think that's a good.
I arbitrarily made that decision on my own.
Okay.
Several reasons. One, with police reform, many things are adjudicated where the case is closed and or sealed. So therefore, if I put it out at the time of their arrest, there's no way to pull it back once it gets sealed. And two, there's some complaints that undue embarrassment is caused, especially when someone is adjudicated in court and is found not guilty or acquitted. So to err on the side of caution, we just stopped it.
Did you get all that, Mark?
No, maybe just, Howard, could you just give me a quick summary? I couldn't hear.
Well,
Jerry, clearly.
Jerry Picosa, our police chief, made the decision, and I personally support it. One reason is because of police reform and bail reform, I think you're referring to it. With bail reform, some people could end up on the police blotter, but be found not guilty later on. Is that what you're saying? Or acquitted?
Or sealed.
Or what?
Or sealed.
Charge sealed.
Or, okay, I'm not sure what that means, but like it never happened. So there's that issue. So people could wrongfully be on the police blotter publicly and be innocent. The other one is, I'm not sure it's an effective tool. It's embarrassing to some people for the wrong reason sometimes. So the jury decided not to do it anymore. I know some other towns do it. It's not something we really discussed here, but it's what we're doing right now, right?
That's the current policy.
How long have you been doing it for, Jared? About 6 months, right? Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, sorry I forgot the
Yeah,
acoustics, but this is the way we have to roll right now.
Yeah, I don't think, I agree with Jerry. I don't think that would be a town board issue. I think that'd be a police department issue, and Jerry runs the police department, so I was in favor when we did it. I remember you telling us we were doing.
Yes, I'm in favor of it too. So. Okay. All right, any other public comment or questions yet? Mickey?
I'm just wondering, who's actually sponsoring the fireworks, how much it's gonna cost, and
Okay, the question is, who is actually sponsoring the fireworks, how much it's gonna cost? And if you have some money you want to give, who do they give it to? You know the answer to
You
that?
could give the money to the town direct, or we could get it to them, or you could give it to Steve Jennison. Fireworks are roughly about 7,500, 5,500. Oh, yeah, we started. They're about, was it about 8-9 minute show? It's not a long show. Yeah, and who funded it? It's a bunch of people that put money, but I think the main one was the bank, right? That put up the money. The what's the bank right here?
Walk Hill Bell.
Walk Hill Savings Bank.
Bank.
So right now, it's no cost to the taxpayers. That's all paid for by donations that Steve has rounded up throughout. Local 17 is donated, the fire departments have donated, the banks have donated, key banks donated, PBA's donated. So pretty much most of this right now is being funded from outsiders, the community, just like a community day, it's being funded by, right now, most of the community. So the town had said that whatever's left over, we would pitch in. T.O. Miller is donated quite a bit, food wise, a freezer truck to use for the day. Brooklyn Bottles donated a pallet of water. So everybody's been pitching in. However, we've been contacting has been very generous, and we're reaching out to Stewart's, right, Jerry? Trying to get hot dog buns for the hot dogs. So there's a lot of people pitching in right now, and there's a group of us, about 5 people that have been on top of this. So it's been going very well, actually. So yeah, so it's not costing us as the town at this point anymore. So it will. It'll cost us something.
Any other comments from the audience? Yes, Mickey?
I just want to say thank you, publicly, to all of those people working so hard.
Yeah. Okay. It is a great thing. I don't know if you heard all that, Mark, but there's somebody asked about the cost of the fireworks. It's $5,500, and the donations are coming from local businesses and individuals to defray that cost, not costing the town anything at this point. The next item on the agenda is resolutions. We have 2. One is to authorize a project, and another one is to appoint a part-time police officer. So Alan, I'm going to ask you to read this one about the upgrade to the Milton sewer. And could you preface that a little bit, give some history as to why we're doing this?
Yeah, this is for the Milton Sewer District. This is actually a mandate that came down from the state.
Mhm.
So, and it's just, has to do with the clean water discharges. So, and it's something that, we were able to do based on what we had in budget. So we really don't,
Make sure you're in the microphone now.
yeah, we really don't, have any choice to either do this or not do this.
Right.
Basically. So resolution number 69 to authorize the project, contract number TM-211, furnish and install a dechlorination system for the Milton Sewer District, town of Marlborough, to publicly bid in accordance with the general municipal law, and the precise bid date to be established by the town supervisor in conjunction with engineers. Whereas the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation has mandated certain improvements to be made at the Milton wastewater treatment facility, Milton Sewer District, and Hamlet of Milton. And whereas plans and specifications for the improvements have been prepared by Brinier and Larios, PC professional engineers of Kingston, New York. Whereas plans and specifications have been approved by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, Region 3 Office, and therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Marlborough authorizes the project contract number TM-211, furnish and install a dechlorination system for the Milton Sewer District, town of Marlborough, to be publicly bid in accordance with the general municipal law, and that the precise bid date be established by the town supervisor in conjunction with the engineers. Then it moves for its adoption. Danielle?
Councilman Corcoran.
Yes.
Councilman Malinelli.
Yes.
Councilman Koenig.
Yes.
Councilman Baker.
Yes. So Milton will get a new dechlorination system. I'm not sure what that is, but sounds good to
Well,
me.
we chlorinate our water.
Okay,
So what you're discharging water with chlorine
Right.
into the river.
so it takes it out.
Yeah, so it basically has to do with the freshwater standards. So we have a couple of things. And the reason we have to chlorinate it is because it's a surface aquifer, so it collects leaf matter.
Mhm.
UV hits the leaf matter. So that breaks down into a compound that gets put into a pipe, it can start,
Mhm.
bad things happen, and it creates a cancer causing,
Yep.
possible cancer.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of reasons to chlorine. There's a lot of things.
Very good. Thank you very much. The next item is resolution 70 to appoint a part-time police officer. Supervisor Lanzetta proposes the following, whereas the town of Marlborough Police Department has an open position for a part-time police officer. And whereas it's the recognition of the chief of police and the police committee to appoint Barrett Magistro as a part-time police officer, be it resolved that Barrett Magistro be appointed effective immediately. Before we take a vote, do you want to say anything about Barrett?
Yes, Barrett, lived in town a long time, went to school here in town, moved away a few years ago to start a family, resides in town of Fishkill, works for global boundaries. He's part-time in Mount Hope, I think it is.
I don't know. Otisville,
What's that?
near Otisville, I think.
Yes, and looking to expand his police career, he contacted me, and we met. And I'm familiar with Barrett from growing up, so he met our qualifications, he met the group, he did well, he fit in well, so we offered the position. And the year approval, he'll start on this training tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Daniel?
Councilman Corcoran.
Yes.
Councilman Malinelli.
Yes.
Councilman Koenig.
Yes.
Baker.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to have to turn it over to you now, Alan.
All right, I just want to bring up something very important. I'd like to make a motion for an adjournment, being that the Yankees are playing.
All right. So all in favor of that, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, carry. Thank you all for coming. No, you can have it. You can have it.
We have the email.
What?
We have the email or email.
Yeah. Got too much.
Yeah, but I'm gonna watch it. Actually, I'm looking at it. They gotta beat the line.
Yeah. Exactly. Weeks ago, they were doing what they're doing.
I watched the Yankees.
Hang on.